I didn't push the on button. Hello again. You must be getting tired of me. I'll just maybe I'll put the camera on something else. Hang on. How do I do it? Oh, here it is. So this is my desk. This is my desk, and I'm just doing some more study. This is the they sent me the wrong book. I was after the Handbook of Trusts Law. But yeah, I've been doing some research, and honestly, it's very, very helpful to know the truth. It does set you free. And look, I've just been down to the court like I said I would in the last what do you call it? YouTube. The last YouTube, and I went down there, and the thing was that oh, it's beautiful outside. Look at that sunlight. The thing was, when I went down there, I went in there before 4 o'clock, and there was a really lovely, like I said, the people down there are really, they're good people. And I went in and explained that they said, oh, you're late. And I said, no, I'm not late. I was there 1 minute to 4, and the agreement I had was I'd be there by 4. And they sent me that text message saying that I had an arrest warrant. But I went down there nonetheless to try and help get things moving along as best I could. And so, I spent some time with the supervisor of the court officers down there. He's a really, really good-hearted, good fellow, good man, and explained the predicament to him as best I could. And he seemed to be, I suppose, like he's. I don't want to put on record that he's doing one thing or the other, but he was just genuinely, interested in what I was saying, and he also seemed to some degree, to understand that they practically can't arrest me because I'm Timothy John, and they've got an arrest warrant out for Timothy John Clark, and that's what I mean about poking the bear. They don't want to do anything else any more wrong than has already been done, and not wrong that's done by the individuals involved, but wrong that the system forces people to do unbeknownst to them, and they do as best they can because they really have the public's best interest at heart. So anyway, I just want to emphasise that because honestly, we really do have to, it's divide and conquer, together we stand, united we stand, divided we fall. And so I want to encourage anybody who gets the opportunity to look at these, sorry, I'm maybe getting a bit boring scanning around there. I don't know what else to do. Oh, this is a really great Bible translation. And, like I'm not a Bible nut, but I just think, honestly, it's a very, very helpful, truthful book, and it has a lot of knowledge and wisdom packed into it. And this is one that I'd recommend because this is Tyndale's New Testament, and he was a dynamite translator. This is translated in 1534, this particular version, and yeah, it's really easy to read. It's a great format. Anyway, I would, if you're going to get a Bible, I would recommend this fellow. What's his name? Sorry, William Tyndale. I beg your pardon. I don't mean to dishonour his name. It's very important. He burned at the stake for doing this. How's that? Like doing the right thing, and the beast reared up and got him, and that's the position we're in. But like I say, and it's like this says actually, greater is he that is in us than is in the world, and it's greater love hath no man than he that lay down his life, whatever. And I wish I had William Tyndale's translation because it's such a wonderful translation. It's far better. I found it far easier to read than the King James, the 1611 King James, which is the contract the Queen is under. So the contract is with the 1611 King James, but it's not. It's the original spelling of it, not the new spelling, which opens up a few loopholes with respect to the contract and the way people try and enforce it if they're calling people to account. And I'm not against Elizabeth at all or any of her family. You know, like I don't know. I'm not the judge. None of us are, and that's what we need to remember. You know, we've just got to do our best to be our best, and you know, accept people for who they are, and you know, and I guess, but that's really, you know, you accept and you negotiate, and you can require that they give, you know, that your acceptance of their proposition or their offer is conditional, and that's commercial law. That's lex mercatoria, and this is all these people have been so wonderful to, you know, have been brave enough and, you know, given enough love in their hearts to actually practically, you know, risk their lives. This is like, you know, this is a real, you know, this is a real deal. And I know I might seem lighthearted. I've got a lot of joy. I know I'm doing the right thing. You know, and it is like Daniel in the lion's den, and I really want the people to understand that story, because what happened with Daniel in the lion's den was when they didn't eat Daniel, and Daniel found out and revealed the truth to the king. Who did the king throw in the lion's den? The king threw those, you know, those officials that said throw Daniel in the lion den, and they, you know, look, you know, evil's evil and good's good. I'm not the judge, but I'm just saying, you know, it's a bit of a warning of sorts, I guess you might say, to people who might like to, you know, do their job a little bit too vigorously or recklessly. It's probably the better word. So I just want to give notice to those people who, you know, put their lives on the line too every day to try and keep peace. Just to remind them they're there as peacekeepers. They're not there just to, you know, police legislations, government legislations, when the higher jurisdiction of law can really, you know, will cause them great harm unless they, you know, respond to the truth when they hear the truth. And that's what people like myself are telling them, and that's why the people who don't want the truth to be known are so violently, violently, you know, murderously inclined. And anyway, I don't know, I'm whacking on again. I mean, not whacking, sorry, that's the word I've reserved for other use, but I don't want to babble on, but I hope that, you know, I just wanted to say this is the update. You know, I've come back here. You know, I placed a call to the Senior Constable Sharon Cumbers again, and that was so that you know, like I could just tell her that I'd turned up and they weren't there anymore, or they didn't respond, whichever was the case. I don't know. They might have been there and heard that I was there and decided they can't do anything with me. I don't know. They wouldn't let me through anyway. Well, they didn't try and stop me, but they didn't. You know, they tried to get me through and nobody responded. So I don't know what, you know, what they decide in the, you know, in the courthouse, but I've done my best. And yeah, so I didn't actually speak to her. I just hung up because I thought I should have a witness. So, you know, I'm going to make that call. And I thought maybe I'll just go down to the local police station and just with a witness again, and you know, with it on, you know, properly recorded, and just explain to them the situation that they all potentially find themselves in should they come and attempt to arrest me, just to give them notice, to warn them that they are poking the bear, you know. And I'm very, you know, like, I'm very aware that, you know, this is you know, this is a battle. You know, but we're not, our warfare and the weapons of our warfare aren't like normal things. They're not carnal. You know, I haven't read the Bible for a long time, but I've read it pretty thoroughly in the past, and I can stand fairly strongly on the knowledge of truth that it's given me, combined with all these other extra details which have helped me to, you know, start reading it again, and with, you know, with a fresh perspective and open eyes and open ears. That's what you need. And anyway, I'm going to stop going on, because I've been going on for quite long enough, and hopefully I'll be making another YouTube to give you some more good news, because that's practically what this is actually. Sorry to kick it off again, I'll be really quick. But you know, the good news is, and this is the good news that Jesus and everybody subsequent to Jesus who was trying to make these truths known, is that the truth is that you have a birthright, and that birthright is the one that was given to Adam. It's dominion, and you share as a steward in the dominion. You actually, this is all contract law, and you need to discover these truths for yourself. It's no good me telling you about them. I can mention them and you might go, it might just go right over your head. It's not for me to decide how you manage yourself. But you know, it says, like I said in one of my earlier ones, you know, you got to knock. Hang on, I'll turn it around. Hang on, what'll I do? Hang on, what do I do? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just put my face on here again. I don't try to work out how to. Okay, if I put it up there, I won't get the lights. Yeah, so it's up to you. You've got to knock. It says knock on the door, and I'll be open to you. And that's a dodgy translation. I wish I knew exactly where it was. I'd read it to you out of that William Tyndale version. But you got to knock. You got to ask the questions. You got to seek, and you'll find. So you know, it's work, but it's the work that the man Jesus said, the work that he said that needs to be done is to, I think it was to believe in his Father. And I think practically that's what it is. You know, it's practically believing God, that God is God and that you're you, and that you have a relationship of the highest order, and that's highest order, highest jurisdiction. Take notice, anything and everything that would set up against that order and that thing, you're not going to do well. And you know, like you know, the Archangel Michael said, you know, I'm not your judge, but you just be careful. You know, I think he said something like that. So, you know, I'm not your judge, but you need to be very careful how you handle me, because you know, I am Timothy John. I'm a real man. I'm a descendant from Adam, and I'm here to, you know, be the best man I can be, and that involves taking responsibility for the cleaning up the mess, cleaning up the deception that has occurred until now. And that's, you know, that's practically what all of us have to do together, like I said. Not, you know, and you know, like just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So yeah, the good news is you can be free. The truth will set you free, and yeah, the Bible will actually come to life. And this has happened to me previously in another season of my life, where I've experienced the reality